Most people think buying a home means finally having freedom, but in HOA-governed neighborhoods, ownership becomes conditional, not absolute. This video breaks down step by step and with legal precision how HOAs quietly strip away individual rights that homeowners assume they still have. I create this content to protect working families, seniors, veterans, and first-time homebuyers from predatory HOA practices here in Maryland and across the country. If you find this work helpful, even something as simple as subscribing helps me continue producing free, public interest videos like this. And for anyone who wants to support the project further, you're welcome, completely optionally, to do so at ko-fi.com, Joe A Reform Network. The link will also be included in the video description and pinned comment. HOA authority doesn't come from government, it comes from private contract law, through something called an equitable servitude. When you buy into an HOA, you automatically accept limits on your property, including exterior design choices, paint colors, landscaping, windows, doors, and fixtures, additions and renovations. Even if local law allows it, the HOA can still restrict it. HOAs operate like private governments, with public-style power, but almost no public-style accountability. HOAs handle people's homes, finances, and property rights. That's exactly why many states have strengthened regulation, because it is in the public interest to prevent abuse, ensure transparency, and protect homeowners from disproportionate penalties like liens and foreclosure. This isn't about avoiding rules. It's about making sure homeowners are treated fairly and responsibly by a private governing body with real power. If an HOA claims you violated a rule, even a vague or subjective one, they can issue fines, add late fees, charge inspection fees, bill you for attorney reviews, demand corrections at your expense. If you don't pay, they can place a lien, block refinancing or selling, and in many states, foreclose without going to court. Most homeowners don't realize this. HOA foreclosure is treated like debt collection, not a full judicial process. This puts ordinary families at serious financial risk. Inside an HOA, constitutional rights do not apply. Not the First Amendment, not due process protections, not open meeting rights. This means no guaranteed free speech, no right to open meetings, no right to transparent records, no protection from selective enforcement. Even simple actions like repainting, replacing windows, adding safety features, installing accessibility upgrades, improving efficiency, repairing damage, can require approval, delays, and subjective decisions. Over time, the system begins to function less like community management and more like a structure of exploitation and intimidation. Homeowners comply not because they're wrong, but because they're afraid of fines, liens, retaliation, selective enforcement, and the threat alone puts families at serious financial risk. This system disregards personal freedom and individual autonomy over property you fully pay for. HOA power is usually held by 3 to 7 board members, a management company, and the architectural committee. These small groups control the lives of hundreds. Most homeowners never learn the truth. HOA boards are often elected by only a tiny fraction of the community, sometimes just a handful of people. Low turnout is not a sign of satisfaction, it is a sign of distrust, disengagement, and a broken system. Many HOAs allow insiders to control nominations, making it extremely difficult for regular homeowners to participate or bring change. All of this happens with no constitutional protections, no open meeting requirements, no mandatory transparency, very limited state oversight. HOAs were created to protect developers and not homeowners. Once developers leave, the same structure remains, giving HOAs regulatory power, enforcement power, financial power, aesthetic control, but without the checks and balances of real government entities. This leads to selective enforcement, favoritism, intimidation, inflated fees, arbitrary violations, financial pressure, community conflict. The system itself enables these problems. It does not prevent them. Reform doesn't mean eliminating community standards. It means restoring the basic protections every homeowner should already have, but that the HOA system quietly stripped away. Reform means transparent, accountable decision-making, real due process, predictable, capped costs, equal enforcement, respect for property rights, and meaningful reform requires more. We must remove the extreme enforcement powers no private corporation should possess, especially foreclosure. No HOA should be able to take a family's home over late fees or disputed violations. Foreclosure is a government power. It was never meant for volunteer boards. Real reform also means capping fines and assessments, and considering better alternatives like county-run maintenance systems with real oversight and constitutional protections. Because homeownership should mean freedom and stability, not insecurity, legal threats, and financial stress. Owning a home should never feel like living under a private government. It should feel like living with rights, security, personal autonomy, and a fair system that protects each individual's life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, not just the preferences of a select few. Individual rights shouldn't vanish the moment someone enters an HOA community. If HOAs are to remain, they must operate with strict transparency, capped authority, and real due process safeguards, not unchecked power over people's homes and lives. Home ownership should not come with fear or intimidation. It should come with rights, stability, and the freedom every homeowner deserves. This video is for informational and public interest education only. It is not legal advice. Homeowners facing disputes should consult a licensed attorney in their state.